as I said, everything is about perception. And your life has been formed on the perceptions you have chosen for yourself. And if you're stuck somewhere, that means maybe the ones that you have chosen are not serving you. And this is one that I had to go through. They talk status. Status. What does that mean? And this is part of it, and you come to understand this going through this work. Status is an imaginary ideal you have made up and spend your life experience attempting to attain, which ultimately turns into a pointless journey for you. In order to have an idea of some sort of a status or level of being, you must first assume that you are less than another, or that your particular place in the world is less than some other souls. All souls are born equal. So when you're given that and you think, oh, wait a minute, I didn't think that. I wasn't living that way. I didn't understand that. We hear all these things. You've heard it, everybody's equal, all this stuff, and you don't feel that. You've not felt that. Most people, I did not feel that. You see, so I had to do some work. This is the inner work that I had to do, and I worked with this material for all of my life so I could give this information back to others, because it's so amazingly thrilling to see the transformations that occur when you start to understand this and utilize it in your life. But the status thing, it's something that we will do. We will look at people who have money. And if you've been doing this for a long time, you can imagine how you have formed a belief about yourself that you shouldn't have any. You can examine that. You can probably feel that. If you've looked at people that have a lot of money, and then you will say, oh, wait, they have something, they must be better than me. That's what we do sometimes. Or we see someone in a position that we admire, a position of prominence, and then we do this thing of thinking, well, I could never do that. And then we don't understand why we will reach certain places in our lives where we're trying to do something, and we start doing it, but then we think, oh, wait a minute, I'm an imposter. You see, that's where that imposter syndrome came from. Because you're looking at other people and believing that they have so much more than you, because you've believed in status, you thought it was real. And so you couldn't possibly do what they do. And then you make up an excuse saying, oh, I have the imposter syndrome, I can't do this. I started doing it, but I have to stop because it's too frightening. You didn't understand that there's no one better than you. So how could that even be? That's what I'm talking about. These are the perception that we have to change. And I talk about many of you might have heard me speak about the imposter syndrome, because years ago, when I first discovered that, I said, that's got to be it. I have the imposter syndrome. I can't go out and do anything. I even saw a TED talk about it. And then I realized, wait a minute, that's not true. How can I imposter myself? How can I be an imposter to myself? I'm saying this because you'll understand that whatever you're feeling that is within you, it is to be developed. And no one is going to do it quite like you. How can anyone be an imposter for you? How could you? It's not possible. It's just something that we use that's an excuse that holds us back. This program, these 4 weeks, are about empowerment. It's about changing your way of thinking, the way you've looked at yourself. Everything changes. Your world changes as a result of that. And again, I'm passionate about this because I know it, because I had to do it. I did it. And there's nothing that you can experience that is greater than the feeling of knowing what you're on the earth to do. Because everybody is here to do something meaningful, including you.